Does the color of the sky mean anything special to you? It does to me. A hell of a lot. When I close my eyes, the sky in my dreams is a deep, dark blue. Pilots have been in my family for 4 generations. Flying's in my DNA. Even so, my grandpa didn't want me joining the Air Force. He lost faith in the ocean air defense the day my dad died in battle.
You know, Abby, I wish you could see what it's like up there. Cruising above the clouds, the dark blue of the stratosphere. Nothing beats being at the controls and seeing it from the cockpit. Look here.
Gramps tossed a magazine over to me with an article. Unmanned fighters are no longer a dream, it read. Pilots taking to the skies will soon be a distant memory.
I don't see anything good coming from that.
Know what? Lying smack dab in the middle of the desert west of here, there's a bunch of planes from the last war. Some of them have been mothballed, but most of them are just rusted piles of junk waiting to be scrapped. Gramps was really good friends with the super there, so he got to take whatever he wanted, no questions asked. That's how we got the parts to build our own plane. Now, when I say we, I mean me, my grandpa, and his old war buddies. I cut my teeth working with those geezers. They taught me their skills and some dirty jokes. But with their aging eyeballs and whatnot, I ended up having to do most of the work myself. I was at the airstrip doing some flight training when I saw a prototype drone. It wasn't much of a plane, more of a trash can with wings.
Laugh at it all you want, kid.
No sea.
Technology's
No
always
sea de
changing. If you don't keep up with it, it'll leave your ass behind.
It took 6 years and 8 months to get that engine running. And it took us another 1.5 years after that to finally get the balance of the airframe just right. I'd gone from being a little girl to, well, still a girl, just older. But now, I was all alone. Wherever the souls of my gramps and his pals are flying, I hope it's peaceful.
Then,
finally, I was ready to break the sound barrier. All this plane could do was take off, accelerate, and fly up. Straight up, through the clouds, higher into the sky. Dark blue.
アンチ君今公式でやってる BGM 投票会みたいなやつ公式サイト行って音楽聴いてみめっちゃいいから
They were going full out chasing that thing, doing 30 Gs at least. Damn, I've never seen anything move that fast. It had a rose painted on it, the Erusian emblem. But that country's a whole continent away from here.
後で聞いてくるわ。
機銃の音これでよかったくない？そういうわけでもいかないかな。
Everyone here? Settle down. I said settle down. You have all been instrumental in helping to maintain peace in Yuja as members of the International Union Peacekeeping Force. Until today. Earlier, our radar site informed us that a group of unidentified aircraft was approaching. Communication systems went down immediately afterwards. We are led to conclude that they have attacked the site. Here's your mission. It's possible that the Yujian ceasefire agreement has been broken for the first time in over a decade.
数十年だからね。
As of today, the Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron of the IUPF has been put on high alert. All members who have been ordered to sortie, fly there immediately. Find the unidentified craft. Then use your weapons to round them up and force them to land. If the hostiles counterattack, then you will...
What the hell was that? There's smoke! We're under attack. Numerous unidentified aircraft have burned overhead. What? How is that possible?
The tank farm to the north has been bombed.
Many injured.
Scramble. All units, take off and eliminate the unidentified craft attacking the base. This is not a drill.
ストレンジリアルだっけ？
そうそう。この世界はストレンジリアル。で、今回このやり直すにあたって F15 系列縛りでいこうかな。
Squadron, aircraft preparations complete. Stand by at the front.
Radar site's still silent. Scramble. Get those birds in the sky. We're sitting ducks. What's happening? Bombers incoming. Don't know how many.
Let's clear that runway. We don't got all day here.
Mage Squadron, head to runway. Column Squadron, take off. Link to Skykeeper. Hurry, Mage Squadron. Trigger, your call sign is Mage 2. Verify and feedback. Mage 2, clear for takeoff. The situation is tight. It's a hell of a welcoming party. We have faith in you. Good luck.
Control, do me a favor and get that bird in the air ASAP.
Mage 2, altitude restrictions lifted. Good luck.
Looks like the
ちなみに難易度は S です。
Can't have any more casualties. Time to stop the bullshit. Mage 2, warm up with Mage 1. All aircraft, let's do this. Golem Squadron, it's go time.
Roger that.
Going for understood.
This is the AWAC Skykeeper. Take down all unidentified bombers. They don't have many escorts. They hit our radars hard in the last attack. Expect the worst and stay sharp.
Wilco. Trigger, I'm your wingman. Fly with me now. That's what it means to be in an element.
Enemy bomber confirmed down. Good job, Mage 2.
Not bad, Mage 2. Trigger, switch your radar. See if you can locate the enemy.
Locked.
Abandoning aircraft.
Enemy support eliminated. This should make the job easier. Destroy the target. Target confirmed down. Looking good, Mage 2. Mage 2. Target's in range. Pair of bombers.
Trigger, stay calm. You got this. I know the kid's shown some promise, but let's remember, he's still barely gotten his feet wet. Trigger, propagate your special weapon. That's it. It's great when it's simple.
Enemy bomber down. Nice going, Mage 2.
Not too shabby, Mage 2. You still got a long way to go, kid. I'll give you some pointers back at base if you can make it in one piece. Skykeeper, this is Mage 1, over. Tally 2 bandits.
Copy that. It's bomber and an escort.
Oh, their trigger, settle down. Mage 2, maintain your element with Mage 1. Do not break off. Mage 1, make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. Welcome. Golem 2, let's maintain element.
Copy that, Commander. I've got your 6 covered, sir.
Radio.
Mage, 2 new enemy groups.
This is HQ. Attention all combat groups. Are there any drones? Verify. Drones? Are you kidding me right now? Jesus, this is the kind of shit that really chaps my ass. UAVs. I can't tell them apart. I'm spiked. Harbor facility and carrier destroyed. Mission accomplished. We're still got half our baggage. Empty into the hangar's runway. Eject. Don't let them destroy the harbor. Where the hell are our fighters? The harbor's under heavy fire.
視界がオフになってるやん。
やっぱこれだよね。やっぱりエスコンしか勝たない。
Mage 2's bandit confirmed down.
They can burn with their own payload. Hesitating for a split second could be the difference between life and death. Stay sharp, think fast.
Roger that.
派手な思ったより。
They have a lock on you, shake them! Lock remaining. Mage 2, keep your focus. You got this. Bandit has a lock on me.
Target is in range of guns. Mage 2, missile launch. Fox 3. To Column and Mage, job well done. All bombers are down. Our radar shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear.
Good going, Mage 2. Flight Commander looks like he's got what it takes. Let's slow down. It's just one sortie. Don't try to be a hero. I want you to make it back in one piece, you hear?
Yeah, I gotta side with the boss man on this.
Golem Squadron, this is HQ. Did you confirm any drones? What's the deal with all the drones? Golem 1, return to base and report for debriefing.
We are currently assessing the damage to the base. We have confirmed that the aircraft carrier Albatross was sunk. We know the attacking bogies were from Erusia. International Union peacekeeping force bases all over the Yusian continent were attacked in the same way. The damage is severe. Many wars are lost by failing to recover from the opening blows. That means successfully retaliating was very important. You may have turned the tides of battle here. You have our thanks.
As of 1 p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusia has declared war
なんか
on
リバ
the
リーのリ
Osean
クエストあった
Federation.
ら言ってくれ。
As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a
対
statement
応するかは
saying
知らん
this
け
violent
ど。
attack was carried out by drones. They
そうだ。
speculate the drones were secretly
ET500
transported to
の
Osia in shipping
16 年
containers and
型の
launched
GTR
remotely.
で
The
カレンちゃんが
Secretary of the
から
Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on. I've just received breaking
全部ウ
news.
マ娘だ。
The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Yusia, has been seized by the Erusian army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to
SGT の
this war.
16年3号。
Located near Erusia,
そ
on
う
the
それ
continent
でお
of
願いし
Yusia,
ます
よ
the space elevator has been under construction for some time now. The Executive Office of the Osean Federation has declared a national state of emergency. They have ordered all its armed forces, including Yusian peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
カレンちゃん
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched an attack on the capital today, striking Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle, the Erusian Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Osean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
The world was screwed.
全キャラ目指してるんや。かぶせたらあかんのよ。
あー、そうなの？だったらそうだな。車はそれで
別に構わんけど。
カレンちゃん作ってほしいんだけど。そうだな。マンハッタンカフェかな。
One they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head to head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Yusians, still suffering from the disaster.
似合うか
That's how a space elevator,
黄
stretching
色
way
と
up
黒
into the
で
sky,
黒
ended
ベ
up
ース
being
に
built
黄
in
色ライン
Asia,
でやってほしい
paid
な。
for by the Oseans.
マン
President
ハッタン
Harling
カフェは
said
内
it
社
out
の
of
イメージ。
compassion for his fellow humans. But to the
そう
folks
か、
in
まあ
Erusia,
名前が
it
アメ
looked
リ
like
カだも
Osia
ん
was
ね。
moving in
あ、で
to
も
take
あれならいい
over.
んじゃないの？
Erusia went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone. The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea
意
released a
外とフェ
swarm
ラー
of
リのと
drone
かウラカ
fighters
ン
they
に合
had
うか
hidden
な
on
って思っ
board in
てる。
containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process.
そうああ
Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusia didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner.
ヤグちゃんがエーペックス
And
配
when
信
all this
始
was
めてる
going
じゃん。
down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer.
やね。
case you were wondering, yeah, I survived. I crashed in a bombed-out Ocean Air Force base, then got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye.
Princess Rosa Cassette Delete of the Kingdom of Erusia. Today, Ocean airstrikes have shattered the lives of countless Erusians. Their attacks practically leveled the school I went to. It is heartbreaking.
I was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship.
3号でロッカってど
For
う
company, I had some court-martialed
ロッ
soldiers.
カか
And remember those mothball
それか
planes
ダ
I
ス
told you
か
about before?
ロッカとな
They were
ダス
loaded
カ
on
は
the ship too.
ダスカはも
We
っと
headed
ほ
off
ら
down
スー
south
パ
for
ーカー
several
みたい
days
なのがあり
and
そう
then
だな
swung east. That's how I got
ロ
here.
ッカは逆に
I was thousands
ア
of
メ車と
kilometers
か
from
どうかな
Erusia on the opposite side of the Yuzian
マ
continent.
スタングとか
For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats, and the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate.
この2人は兄弟にしときたい感あ
Its
る
gun was aimed at the yard.
なんて言うんだろうな、その
was a prison.
強さの方向性が違うとい
This
うか、
place
なんていう
looked
かだ
like a
から
full-on base.
同じ
But
カテ
half
ゴ
the
リーの
tanker trucks were
GT3 で
just
さ
big balloons,
アメリカと
and the
ヨ
runways
ーロ
weren't
ッパで
even
やってほし
paved,
いかな
just painted on the
だね
dirt.
ロッカ
The
はほ
whole
らバイ
place
クと
was
か好
just
きだし
one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd
ロッ
restored
カ
a
はフォード
supersonic
GT
plane.
とか似合いそう
They wanted me to
ああ、
make
いいん
something
じゃない
out
の
of
そ
the
れ
mothballed planes they brought
昔のと
that they
形
could
一
park
緒だ
on
か
a
ら
fake
いいん
runway.
じゃない
Can you believe
あ
that
ほら
shit?
もうとびっきりライン
So,
が綺麗な
I
やつ
tried to escape. They found out and set the dogs on me.
決まり
Erusia has made a declaration to the Ocean Federation and all countries on the Yusian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war. Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed
GR3 に
forces.
ツインターボの車ある
Forces aligned with Erusia are
Yang
currently
Nebo?
appearing throughout Yusia. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the
エ
continent.
ボだったらあれじゃないGTO のツインターボのエンブレム使ってても嫌かなさそう
Multinational space elevator has been seized by the Erusian military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset
ツ
in
イ
the
ン
fight
ター
against
ボは
growing
ツイン
energy.
ターボにしたいプライドがある
そりゃそうだ
Whoever has
わ
control of it will
こ
have
れで
enormous
自然
influence
吸
over
気だ
the
ったら
entire
困るよね
continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation. The Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron has been entered
み
into
ん
the
な
order
ネ
of
ゴは
battle
ね
to
もう
reclaim
リ
the
クエスト来てるんよね
elevator as an advanced element.
あらそうなの
First,
他
you
に
will
ツイン
attack
ターボ
all
のイメージある
hostiles
ある
coming
か
in
な
the east of Schofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops. The
やっぱ
enemy has
GTR?
deployed several
ダナモ
vehicles
にしてく
with
る
anti-air radar
って言わ
along the
れた
roads. You are to destroy them. They should not pose much of a threat. However, there is a high likelihood
そや
that
つ
the
ら
attack
ネゴ
will
乗り
draw
で
more
玉
enemy
殺しやか
air
ら
support.
なるほど
If that
それ
happens,
は
fight them
す
off
べきだな
swiftly and establish air superiority.
ツインターボやっぱ NSX ってあれ NA だっけ
そしてここで疑問がドーベルちゃんは何がいいんだって思った
オーベルか
ちょっと調べてくるわ
いや
ツインターボの車
あやっぱ調べとかないとな
main target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles and anti-air weaponry. Destroy the target. But HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
But, any aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
Do you have visual on the anti-air radar vehicles? They should be close.
Yep. It's popping off now, Trigger. The war has officially begun.
Target destroyed. 5 to go.
Get the fighters out there! Take the radar vehicle! Post in position, move the vehicle! We can't wait any longer. We need to intercept this now. We're using the containers now. Those weapons are meant for tactical flexibility.
Target destroyed. 3 to go. Continue to engage at your discretion. Enemy interceptors inbound. Prepare to engage in 30 seconds.
Wilco, here they come. Take them down. Okay, recruits. Pay attention to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire force via satellites. It's reliable, so trust your radars. Trigger, there's one more to go. The clouds don't just affect your field of vision.
本当かわからんが、N6 と AMG は真。こいつらってツインターボなのか。
AMG って NA じゃなかったんや。知らんかった。AMG って NA じゃねえの？攻撃なんだけど。
わからん見間違いかも。後でまた調べる。ターボ音せんよね。
大排気量 V8 ってイメージがある。飯食いに行くからラインで N や。 この距離でも食らうかあれ。
a bar I want to try.
You're doing good. Just 2 more. Golem Squadron, surround them.
1 to go. Let's get through this without any casualties.
Nice kill, Trigger. Enemy aircraft confirmed down.
The skies are clear. Nice work, everyone. Mission complete. RTB.
No casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
I don't know. Maybe the bandits we took down caused civilian casualties.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days. You shoot, someone gets killed. The guys in charge take care of the rest.
Current target is on rails. There's still military vehicles and anti-air weaponry.
You've given us air superiority. The surprise attacks carried out after the declaration of war saw the peacekeeping forces of various countries, including Osea, suffer major damage. The ships moored around the space elevator and near Gandar Bay have been hit particularly hard. Numerous ships have been sunk and abandoned. Fortunately, our cutting-edge aircraft carrier Kestrel 2 was at sea, so it was spared from the attack. Kestrel 2 is now preparing to launch another attack against Erusia's capital, Farbanti. The aircraft carrier Vulture also managed to escape Gandar Bay safely. However, it lost all its aircraft, so it's sailing empty. Today, the International Union Peacekeeping Force reclaims its bid to the space elevator. The Fort Gray's Island Air Base Squadron will rendezvous with the carrier Vulture for a joint mission. The first objective will be to seize air superiority in Schoppenberg in order to secure a route for the support squadrons. The enemy maintains air superiority over Schoppenberg, so expect heavy resistance from enemy aircraft. There's more, so listen carefully. Right from the start of the war, the enemy has been deploying drones. They're using a new advanced type of drone. The unmanned airborne aircraft carrier, the Arsenal Bird, carries this new drone, MQ-101. The Osean Army headed up the development of the massive Arsenal Birds and dispatched them to the space elevator to provide support. However, it's been reported that the carriers may have fallen into the hands of the Erusian forces. If that's true, it could be a significant obstacle for us. We need to regain control of the space elevator ASAP. Good luck out there.
Squadron, aircraft preparations complete.
Refueling initiated. Maintain
Mage Squadron, this is the situation. Gollum and the other bases squadrons already joined forces and are engaged. You guys will arrive right in the middle of the action. Mage Squadron, eliminate all bandits in the current airspace. We have the upper hand, but that doesn't mean we can ease up. Good luck.
Mage 1, Wilco. Mage 1 to Gollum 1, thank your lucky stars. Looking good, Mage Squadron. Keep up that pressure. Trigger time to show the other guys that we do run wild and do dirty, dirty things. Once you hit one of them, stick to them like glue. Don't let them out of your sights, even in the clouds. And so, your first hunting season begins. Feeling out! Enemy reinforcements are shooting like the others. You can't evade a missile. Use chaff and flares. Your fingers should still move, even if you're in an IG turn.
4 remaining.
Getting your ass kicked. They got me.
3 remaining.
On his tail. We need reinforcements now! Take them down. Nice kill.
1 remaining. Missile did not connect.
Why did you pull it out? Got disconnect. Yeah, I'm out of there.
Don't ice up in there.
Looks like they weren't ready for a fight.
Our radar shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear.
I haven't even broken a sweat. Missile incoming! Evade! Fake!
What the hell?
Caution, missile!
Caution! Large aircraft is approaching. All aircraft, stay alert. We just learned that Eruzia is utilizing the Arsenal bird. Those bastards. They had that thing combat ready this whole time.
Enemy has a radar lock. Dodging everything I threw for. Break, now!
We're just waiting for mission command.
Middle in through this trigger. These guys are definitely a step above the last drones. These guys will go down easy.
All aircraft, no change in game plan. Destroy the Arsenal bird. What's happening?
Skykeeper, I repeat, maintain air superiority.
How'd that happen?
What the hell? Caution. All aircraft, stay alert.
Get out of there.
Breaking!
I'm breaking up.
Skeleton 2 lost.
Not incoming.
Skeleton Squadron is down. We've had too many losses. All squadrons, command has ordered a complete withdrawal. Leave the operation area immediately.
Brilliant observation. They do a nuclear squad with a surviving unity.
Save your chatter for the debriefing. Golem and Mage Squadron, give our allies some time to escape.
Luco, but Column 2's hit. Gotta send her back. Let's get dirty, Trigger.
Shoot down those UAVs. Don't let them touch any friendlies.
Column 2, head back to base.
Gargoyle 1, escort Golem 2.
Continuing the mission. Still got my wings. Trigger doesn't need to fill in for me. I'm back and
You won't make any difference up here. Get back to base and cool your head.
Copy that. Returning home.
Mage Squadron, you're going toe-to-toe. UAVs, support. Mage 2, UAV down. Mage 2, missile launch. Retreating aircraft, leave the AO. Allies will hold off pursuit. Golem Squadron, Mage Squadron, hang in there and come back safe.
Yowza! Don't think focus. The enemy has a lock on you. Missed.
More UAVs spotted. Gargoyle Squadron, they might cut off your retreat.
My status is fine. Permanent.
This is Gargoyle 1. Leading Operation Airspace with Golem 2.
Retreating aircrafts, prepare for combat. It's a bogey. Gargoyle 1, Golem 2, engage now. Attack.
What's that? Three.
Gargoyle 1. Caution! Missiles! Skykeeper. Gargoyle 1 lost.
What the hell? Golem 2, status report. Just talk to me.
I'm against an SU-30. Orange wingtips. I can't shake it off. It's matching me with Peru.
Golem 2, stop dogfighting and run.
Get your asses out. Mage 2, UAV down. Good up, buddy.
Portrait aircraft. Let's take it easy inside. I'm still stuck at point spawn.
Checkmate. I don't get it. Why isn't it opening fire? I'm scared.
This is not good. Brody, break off.
Main squad has pulled out their hot shot. Just might get out. on multiple UAVs. We got them at bay. We owe him one. How can I retreat with UAV on my tail?
Distract the bandit. Buy your friend some time. That's it. Splashed.
I said what I had to say.
About what?
Not a girl who'd retreat. Just not in her DNA.
That was the right decision at the time.
No, I should have never let a fledgling like her out of my reach to begin with.
Golem Squadron, Main Squadron, withdraw.
Runway is clear. H2, you are cleared for landing. 3,000 to runway. H2, lower speed. H2, bank left. 1,500 to runway. H2, lower nose, you're too high. Past the guidance limit. Make a visual landing. Perfect, Mage 2. I knew you'd be back. Stand by for further orders. Be ready for your next sortie.
Unfortunately.
Here he comes. Mihai's looking worse. Thank God he has his granddaughters here to help him out. They're sisters, 15 and 10. Engaging the enemy in combat so we could use his physiological data to improve the drones had always taken a toll on Mihai's body. But today, he was really showing his age. The drones we based on his data were being taken down at a faster rate now compared to when the war began. When Mihai found that out, he insisted on flying to the front lines to see it for himself. Sometimes he could be so stubborn. His age wasn't the only thing affecting his health. Over the years, flying at high altitudes for prolonged stretches of time had ravaged and poisoned his body.
but he was a man of grit. Today, after 28 years, he saw combat again. If his flight suit still wasn't good enough to protect him, I can't imagine how many G's he hit today during the battle. As a pilot, he exceeds all our expectations. It's going to take a bit more tweaking before our drones can match his skill.
How penal is this penal unit, you ask? This place is a shithole. If you took the stink of all the corruption in the world, then corralled it all in one place, that would give you a pretty good idea of what the air smells like around here. We got all kinds of critters, too. Everything from flea-ridden guards, rabid dogs, and a mechanic doing the stretch for life. I can't forget the rats. Yeah, we got those. And some pilots who got their wings clipped, too. One's a great pilot, but a lousy thief. One's a gambler with no luck. And one's an anarchist with no balls. Their job here was to rev the engines on the fake runways. The idea was for Aruja's spy satellite to pick up the heat sig. Even though there weren't any real fighters here, it looked like it on their infrared. I bet you're wondering, if Aruja lost the war, how come they still have a spy satellite? Because someone over there was smart enough to train a bunch of computer nerds to hack into half of OSEA's satellites. That's how come. Every now and again, I'd try to bust out. And every single time, those damn dogs would drag me right back. When I was in my cell, I'd hear this voice coming from the guards room. It was the Arusian princess rallying her people on the Arusian national broadcast. All us prisoners had become big fans of hers. You want to hear something funny? The guards were big fans too. I swear to God, every time she was on the air, they'd turn up the volume on the radio and sit there listening. I could see how someone like her could win the hearts and minds of soldiers and workers alike. When the princess said something, you could tell she meant every word. Lately, she'd been having more fun with her speeches, and that made her seem even more charming. You could say her charm was like a virus. Whenever she'd point out stuff that was wrong with OSEA, the prisoners in here went nuts. Hell, if anyone knew how messed up OSEA was, it was the prisoners. They'd shout, "Burn OSEA down." No way am I just gonna sit here and rot away in this hellhole. Dark blue. Instead of building fake-ass planes to trick Aruja, I'm gonna build one that'll really take off. You can count on that.
As proved by the failure of our previous strategy, the Arsenal birds have bolstered the enemy's anti-air network. This will be difficult to overcome. However, we still need to get swiftly to the space elevator no matter what it takes. Someone there is counting on us. The hero of the Circum-Pacific War and the man who spearheaded the construction of the space elevator. OSEA's former president, Mr. Harling. Mr. Harling was inspecting the elevator when the war broke out. He's been classified as missing since the elevator was taken over by the Arusian forces. However, according to the latest intel, a military officer accompanying Mr. Harling hid him inside the facility. Both are waiting for a chance to escape. Enemy anti-air radar network has been set up around the space elevator. It's likely a large squadron would be detected. We will send a single aircraft through the network and send in a rescue team soon after. A number of anti-air radars have been set up around the space elevator. However, our reconnaissance suggests their network is weakest along the southeastern coast of Selatapura, so we can elude the enemy's observation. There are a lot of rain clouds this time of year. Flying through the clouds will enable us to stay hidden from their radar. If you happen to be detected by their radar, we will be forced to abort the mission. The lone pilot will head up this strategy as you, Trigger. After you bust through, secure the rescue craft's landing zone by taking out the anti-air weapons. Gollum and others will arrive shortly for support. Provide escort for Mr. Harling's craft after rendezvous. Good luck out there, everyone.
Aircraft preparations complete. Sortie ASAP.
Entering operation area. Imposing radio silence. We'll radio you, but you are not permitted to make contact.
If you're spotted, the mission is over. Stay out of enemy radar. Use of weaponry is also strictly forbidden. Okay, you're heading up the Harling rescue mission. The success of this mission depends on you. Good luck. Of the way. Been a long fight, but you're nearly home. Harling is still the president in my eyes. He ended the war, built the space elevator, and launched a spaceship from it. Despite his success, he remained a humble hero. I'll do my best to save him. Lend me a hand, Trigger. First stage of the mission is clear. Don't celebrate yet. The real fight's about to get started. Radio silence is now lifted. The auxiliary craft will be arriving shortly. Destroy the anti-air around the space elevator. We're securing Sea Goblin's landing zone. Page 2, target destroyed. Shortly. Eliminate hostile anti-air before then. All anti-air guns destroyed. All SAM sites down. The landing zone is secure. Sea Goblin, you are clear to land.
Roger. Almost there.
Multiple bandits over Selatapura Harbor. They're container-launched UAVs. Rescue craft on the ground is defenseless. Gollum and Mage, destroy all hostiles.
It's been a long journey, but we're on the home stretch.
Gargoyle will stand by near the space elevator.
Hey, Goblin, heading over to the express location now. Run for the container!
Page 2, members, respond. Is Mr. Harling alive? Eliminate all enemy UAVs. Don't let up.
They got the chopper and Sierra too! That was no barrier! Rocket!
UAV down.
This is Colonel Johnson. Do you copy? I am with President Hurley. Rescue unit down. Along with the soldier who had this radio. Get Mr. Hurley out of here.
Sir, we feel the same way. We'll figure something out. UAVs moving away from the harbor toward the space elevator. Shoot it down. That's about half. Mop up the rest. UAVs flying toward the space elevator. Page, column, get them.
We found an Erusian transport craft. Its engines are off.
I heard you were in the Air Force. Can you fly?
Better than Mr. Hurley.
It'll do. 3 remaining. All squadrons be advised. The call sign is Mother Goose 1. Send the information via the data link.
Mother Goose 1? That's the best you can call him?
UAV confirmed down. Page 2, missile launch.
We'll pass out some exhaust before the enemy wears out.
Fox 2.
Page 2 splashed abandoned.
Golem Squadron. Let's take it up a notch, okay?
1 remaining.
Target confirmed destroyed. Nice.
Fox 3. All UAVs have been splashed. All aircraft. Former President Harling's transport is ready to take off. Mother Goose 1, take off.
Mother Goose 1 taking off.
Let's wait till we're home safe. Page Squadron, Mother Goose 1 is heading south. Provide support. 5 minutes remaining.
Skykeeper, bogeys on my radar. Bearing 220.
Sighting confirmed as MQ-101, forerunner for Arsenal Bird.
The big bird is coming, huh?
Mage, protect Mother Goose 1. Shoot down any UAVs. Gollum, intercept the UAVs.
Golem 1 will kill. That last battle taught me a lot about those a-holes. Golem 2, don't stray off on me. Always maintain element. Wilco, forming up.
Mage 2, missile away.
Radar lock acquired.
Enemy UAV down. Keep up the good work.
Roger. Orders are to fire warnings. Yes, sir. He's an old timer. UAVs are used.
Mother Goose 1, UAV on your tail. Take evasive action.
I hear you. But this isn't exactly a fighter.
Enemy UAV down. Great job, Trigger.
Understood. An Arsenal bird is on its way. Strategic AI chose liberty over justice. Courses have already changed.
It didn't connect.
Cargo 1, where's the signal? Cargo Squadron, stand by for my order. It's about the lighthouse. Out in the harbor. They
Johnson, okay?
Don't worry about that. Just send help this way. I'm sorry. Get Mr. Harling. Please.
Mother Goose 1, respond. Mother Goose 1.
Skykeeper, should we continue providing cover for Mother Goose 1?
Of course. Page 2, locked. UAV down. Mother Goose 1 is turning. What's going on? They're heading to the space elevator.
Someone at a steady altitude. Who's in control?
It's not the Colonel. Mr. Harling's the only one on board. Mother Goose 1, respond. Mr. Harling, please respond.
We can't protect our objective if it sticks around here. Now's not the time to freak out, fellas. We've still got a job to do, so let's do it. Keep your mind focused.
Mr. Harling, we are not giving up on you. The UAVs are approaching Mother Goose 1.
Let's go, Trigger. On your thing.
Take him down now, Mage Squadron. 1 minute remaining. Fox 2. Mother Goose 1, turn 180 degrees and exit combat airspace. Mother Goose 1, Mr. Harlan, are you piloting that plane?
Make two!
Oh my god, Mother Goose 1 has been shot down.
Where'd the missile come from?
Mage 2 fired that.
It was Ocean. A friendly missile hit him.
Verifying the situation. Stop speculating. Friendly fire! I saw it! Mother Goose 1 exploded in air. No one could have survived.
Looks like it tried to protect the elevator. The Erusian bastards, they just killed a hero.
Mage 1. Was it Trigger? Trigger was the closest. UAVs were crawling all over our objective. I told you to keep a goddamn eye on the hatchling. It must have been a mistake.
Arsenal bird is entering. All aircraft withdraw immediately. Trigger, you can't fly for a while. You understand why.
The operation to rescue former... Sadly, there is... Trigger, you are suspect... There will most probably...
Bad news for us here at the prison. The enemy fell for our decoy base. With all the fake planes and trucks we had out, it must have looked to them like the Ocean Air Force was about to go on the attack. Day after day after day after day, they bombed us. Osea didn't give a damn. We weren't soldiers to them, so go ahead. Bomb us. In their eyes, we were expendable. Worth less than the fake planes in the bunkers. No biggie. While I made fake planes, they had me put together some working ones. Then, some genius at HQ decided we should send it up, so the base looked legit. Thankfully, we had people to crew them. It didn't matter what we were locked up here for anymore. Top brass needed pilots, and criminals were all they had. A crook, a gambler, an anarchist. Just your typical lowlifes. They threw each one of them in a cockpit and sent them up to intercept the enemy's planes. But in the end, it was all just for show. So, up they went, day after day after day. Today they tossed someone new into the mix. Wonder what he did to get sent here. My dad died flying for the Ocean Air Force. When your allies are surrounded, one of the most dangerous missions is giving them cover to retreat. Whoever signed up for that was a real hero. But even more dangerous than that was being the one who had to cover the rear guard's retreat. That was my dad's job, and one time, he called it off. Said it was too late for him. Said anyone else would have done the same. I found that out from a war buddy of his when he came to tell me how my dad died. The next time a retreat happened, my dad volunteered to be in the rear guard. Dumbass. He died all right. No one came to help. The news nearly broke me. Of all the ways to get killed, that's gotta be the most pathetic one ever. Am I right? There's a rumor going around about another inmate. A guy they brought here a little while ago. Get this, talk in the cell block says he was sent here because he killed Harling, the president of OSEA during the last war, remember? He's the one that sent my dad on that suicide mission. He's the reason I had to go live with my grandpa, and why me and Gramps started building a supersonic jet. He's the reason I ended up here. Maybe I should give that guy a thank you note for killing him. Nah. God, I hate the smell of this place. It's all fake and lies and bullshit. It reeks.
All right, guys, I'll let you in on some juicy info. The new guy was found guilty by the International Union Peacekeeping Forces court-martial. He is the murderer of Harling in the flesh. His tack name's Trigger. Now, as of today, he may be attached to the Ocean Air Force Base 444th Squadron. But that is just some symbolic bullshit. It doesn't really matter if he's Harling's murderer or not. Every last one of you has been incarcerated for one reason or another. You cons have an obligation to atone for your crimes. A few of you in the penal unit know how to fly, and HQ needs to plug the deficit in our Air Force. So they proposed sending you guys on a reconnaissance mission to the Waiapolo Mountains. But that idea was flat out rejected. Nope, you'll be atoning for your crimes right here at this base. This base is a decoy designed to draw enemy fire, and as members of this base, you'll be taking hits from the enemy. This will allow our forces to safely prepare a counterattack.
Incoming!
Switch off that alarm. It's just the usual. I thought Zapland was supposed to be an isolated area. Okay, I'm gonna need a few aircraft to scramble.
Again?
Wonder how many we'll lose today. Better than solitary.
How many can actually... Enemy aircraft detected over the dummy runway.
We just need to make it look like we can put up a fight. Some of those piles of junk can at least take off. Let's get the guiltiest cons in the sky first. We'll start with Harling's murderer. We don't expect you to down any bombers. But what we do want is to make them think that we've got an active base here.
It's time to get busy, convicts. Proceed with your mission now.
Follow orders, Trigger. Taxi to the runway now. Check your altimeter and wait in front of the runway.
Control, would you kindly send me up first?
Spare 8, Champ, this is the control tower. You're not cleared for takeoff. Obey orders.
Go to hell.
All aircraft preparing for takeoff. Watch out for Spare 8. He's forcing a takeoff.
I'll take up command. Any objections? That'll get decided in the skies. Touche.
Trigger, your call sign is Spare 15. Consider it your prisoner number for the air. Come Commencing deception and interception.
Spare 15, the runway's free. You have permission to take off. Go now.
Our blood's boiling!
Toss the chump in solitary once he gets back.
Spare 8, when you land, your ass is grass.
So, no missiles again. The FCS is locked. Damn, you're good. Let's make this more interesting. Prisoners use nothing without supervision. Not even a pencil. Here comes Harling's murderer. He shot 2 missiles right between old Harling's eyes. Always in the know, aren't you? In this war, fatalities are life or death matter. Settle down. Excited to have another murderer with you?
Yeah!
This is Bandar. Spare 15, I'm handling surveillance. The bombers that attacked the runway are coming back for another round. And I know it's just a dummy runway. You guys just need to make a lot of noise. Make them think there's fighters at the base. You don't gotta smoke. I'll owe you one. If any of you die, just think of it as you atoning for your crimes.
Much appreciated.
One more thing. Any aircraft leaving the operation area will be shot down. Can you hear me? Righto.
Numbers will get handled. We're safe with us. Squadron, get into formation. There's nothing to worry about. Look at that rest of the flag. 1, 2. In position behind bandit. There's a juicy target.
Look at that. Blowing up a bunch of paper planes.
The enemy seems to think our air force is concentrated on this base. Everything on the ground is fake. Can't the enemy see that? So that convincing.
Continuing his action.
The enemy just hit the control tower.
Hey, what's with all the shaking?
Do not let the enemy get closer. Are you trying to kill me?
Should I order them to shoot down all? Commander McKenzie? Damn it! Spare squadron, listen up. Shoot down everything carrying bombs. Weapons free. You're clear to engage. Show no mercy.
Let me done by now.
After we face the odds.
Wanna bet which one of us gets the first kill trigger?
Starts. This is the first. Count's going. I decide when you've done. All right. I'm assuming command. All aircraft support me. Who's gonna dance to your line too? I'll show you all how it's done.
Understand it back.
I've yet to confirm the destruction of the targets. Continue on with the mission. Spare 15, bandit splashed.
Trigger, keep an eye on your head count. We can compare later.
Get dressed up real pretty. Head to the next target. Radar pinged. Incoming hostile group detected. Take care of them.
Righto.
A bomber's at high altitude. Stop watching your own asses and look up.
In this unit, you get your tail marked with scratches. The more scratches, the more heinous the crime. They're called sin lines. You have 3 scratches, right, Trigger? Well, you are Harling's murderer.
Bring that down. I'm surrounded.
Wow, look at Trigger go. Lucky shot.
officers and support.
All aircraft follow me. You too, murderer. Gee, now he thinks he's squadron leader. Trigger, don't get shut down now. I got good money riding on your survival. Some guys have got big money riding on you going down, so watch your back.
Spare 7, shut up. I think you have to pull the trigger.
Trigger again. Don't get excited. It's beginner's luck. This is a pretty nice ride. Twin service pretty good. Can't believe these things used to be scrap. Just what kind of magic does she have up her sleeves anyway? I don't know what her problem is. I think like she's royalty or something. That's because she's the scrap queen. Queen? More like a bad-tempered tomboy.
The targets are still active. Keep up the attack.
What the hell are you doing? Are you too far?
Wilco, Madam McKinsey, please maintain silence for the moment.
But he killed Harling with his guns, too.
Spare 15, what the hell are you doing? Attack! 4 targets remaining. Targets confirmed eliminated.
Hell yeah. Still alive, Harling's murderer? The dinner's on me tonight.
Cut the chatter, Spare Squadron. Mission complete. RTB. Trigger's still with us. Must have the devil in his corner. Spare 7, what happens if the one you've bet on dies while landing?
Then you win. So what, you're not done?
Just checking.
Spare 15, this is the control tower. Make your landing check. We don't want a wreck blocking the runway. Spare 15, you have permission to land. Wind conditions are calm. Too fast. Lower your airspeed. 3,000 meters. Bank left. Lower your nose. You're too high. You're past the guidance limit. Make a visual landing. Right. Stand by for your next sortie.
I lost a lot of money for that trigger. Don't forget.
Spare 15, the runway's free. You have permission to take off. Go now.
Did I say you could take down the enemy? Throw anyone who disobeys into solid.